Alright folks, here I am once again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how the prize tanks react in the vehicle testing area. I am going to start with the Ontos. As you can see, I have heat and I have high explosive loaded. This is actually my typical layout, except for instead of 46 heat, I typically have only 40 heat. So as you can see, I'm aimed in here. Yeah, that just happened. That's a really small spot to try to hit.
No effect.
Yeah. So not a very accurate gun. I'm going to do a reload here quick. We're going to drive around a bit. So it's not the fastest thing at acceleration.
Identify. Hostile PC.
There you go. You can see the aim time at play.
Target eliminated.
Aim time's not very good.
Identify target. Hostile PC.
Now I'm going to show you some fun in a bun here. So the cool thing about having 6 barrels is the way they did this is you can unload them all at once.
Target eliminated.
Yeah, that just happened. So you can see it's not an excellent top speed, but it is a tank.
Hostile PC.
And its top speed is actually pretty functional.
We're taking on water.
As you can see, 10 seconds, so it is not amphibious.
Identify.
Good gun depression.
PC. Target destroyed. Threat destroyed. Identify. Hostile tank.
There you go, so you can see the reload time again.
Identify target. Hostile tank.
And this vehicle actually does have pretty good camo factor.
Ammo up.
Try to get somewhere where I'm not going to be spotted anymore. Oh, here, let's go in this ditch here. So you can see the gun depression at play. So that's yeah, that's pretty good gun depression, I'd say.
Identify. Hostile tank. Target destroyed.
Now we'll drive here until I'm not spotted anymore. And right there sits a T-62, and right there sits an M60. And I'm actually not that far away from them. I'm about full grid away from the T-62. So the T-62 actually should be able to see me. All right, so we'll leave that go for the Ontos, and we'll go to the next vehicle, which will be the BVP-2000. Give this just a moment while we load. Now the BWP-2000 here has a very powerful but slow rate of fire autocannon. And then it's also got 2 ATGMs. We'll be testing out 3 different types of ammunition because, as you can see, I have armor piercing on this, I have high explosive, and then I have the ATGMs. And I'm already spotted. But as you can see, it's a much bigger vehicle to the Ontos. quite slow rate of fire. Here, we'll load some high explosive. We'll show the ATGMs.
Target eliminated.
And the ATGMs, as you can see, are about on par with the Warriors ATGM. But mind you, it's 2 ATGMs. So that really is going to make a difference. Acceleration, this thing is actually kind of slow. It's kind of doggish. Alright, let's ruin this Leopard's day.
Hostile PC.
Get on his rear. And look at that. I don't even have the gun depression over the side. So as you can see, the autocannon's high explosive is pretty powerful. It's really powerful against a light vehicle.
Target locked. Identify target. Hostile tank. Enemy destroyed. Target locked on. Turret destroyed. Target down. Target locked.
Now I'm not too sure. They are homing missiles.
Identify. Hostile PC. Enemy destroyed.
And they do actually have quite a fast
Target locked. Identify
Ooh.
target. Hostile
I hit the
PC.
bagel.
Target down. Target eliminated. Identify target. Hostile tank. Direct hit. Target eliminated. Ammo up. Identified. Hostile tank.
Alright, let's just drive around a bit, show you some terrain traversing
Ammo
here.
up.
So it looks like when it comes to terrain resistance, it should hold up pretty well to some of the steeper hills in the game.
Hostile PC.
There we go, we got a good steep hill right here. And that might be too steep for, yeah, that's too steep to climb.
Identify target. Hostile tank. Target locked. Identify target. Hostile tank. Turret destroyed. We're taking on water.
As you can see,
We're submerged.
once again, it is not amphibious.
Identify target. Hostile PC. Target destroyed. Target eliminated.
So there you go. I think we've shown pretty much enough for the BWP. Now we're going to go to the Object 490, the doorstop. This is the Tier 10 prize tank that you can get at level 50. Well, the BWP is for Tier 7, but the doorstop is Tier 10. Rank. And we'll show this one off. Now, this vehicle is a bit of an oddball. I talked quite about it the previous video I did, which was just showing you the armor calculator stats and all that stuff about the vehicle. And there was quite a bit I talked about this vehicle. It is an MBT, but to use it as an MBT I think is a big mistake, and I'm going to show you why here. Alright, so here is the doorstop.
Identify. Hostile tank.
So we do have a hydropneumatic suspension for what it's worth. And right here is the big problem with this vehicle. Once you start to clear so much of the side, the gun starts to aim up in the air, and there's not much you can do about it, even with the hydrodynamic suspension. So that could actually be quite a hindrance. And we'll drive it around here a bit so you can actually see it in action. The suspension lowers. I really don't know if it's actually worth it for this vehicle. Maybe if you're caught out on a flat street. But otherwise, I think if you're in if you're in an actual terrain fighting situation, you're not going to want
Identify target.
to
Hostile
have the
DC.
suspension flat. See, the high explosive is quite powerful versus lighter
Identify.
vehicles.
Hostile DC. Target eliminated.
And it can derp a Bradley from the rear.
Identify. Hostile DC. Identify target. Hostile tank.
Ammo up.
So that's really not pushing the gun depression too much. It is a Challenger. So as you can see here, we do have the gun depression to aim pretty low. And it is a low sitting vehicle. I'd say its greatest weakness is actually going to be pointing up. As you can see, there's not much in the way of
Identify
elevation,
target.
even with the help of the
Hostile DC.
suspension. And I can't even point at that Bradley. That's like how far that, look how far that gun is up in the air. So yeah, Mother May I, if you have to engage anything around your rear, you're pretty well screwed. You're going to have to traverse your hull most of the way around to engage anything on your side. And see, we can barely, ever so slightly,
Identify. Hostile tank.
aim at the Bradley, and now we're at the point we can't even aim at the Bradley. So I feel that this is actually going to be
Identify.
more or less the best way to
Hostile
probably
tank.
use this is actually going to be using it as a sniper. Now its armor is extremely strong from the front, so you do have that running for you.
Identify. Hostile tank.
And you're not extremely fast either, even for an by MBT standards. Seems pretty easy to pen a Challenger from the front. Oh, that's just oh no, that is an ATDU.
Identify target. Hostile tank.
So yeah, we couldn't even. I could shoot the turret of that Terminator, but I couldn't point down to the hull. There's some train
Identify.
resistance here.
Hostile tank.
It is definitely not fast at accelerating either.
We're taking on water.
It is not amphibious. Oops, we'll roll back a bit.
We're taking on water.
I don't think this thing's going to have too much trouble dispatching a Challenger 2 ATDU.
Identify target. Hostile DC.
Now I was messing around here. I'll actually mess around now. So you see it does traverse this ground a bit with a bit of a struggle. However,
Identify.
with the
Hostile
suspension
tank.
down. Oh, I'm not hitting, must not be hitting the ground right. I was messing around with this the other day and I actually got it stuck with the suspension down over here. So this is interesting. I'm still crossing it. We'll re-raise the suspension here. You can see the aim time is quite slow. But yeah, my advice, just because of the sheer fact of how the gun just kicks up in the air like that once you get past a certain plane, is try to avoid any close engagements, especially with fast vehicles like the Bradley, or even a Warrior for that matter, because it will get around you, and once something gets around you, it's just going to destroy you.
Identify. Hostile. Tank.
But anyway, folks, that's going to be the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed a preview of what these vehicles will kind of react to things in combat. I mean, it'd be nice to actually get some combat video footage for you, and I will give it the time. Just basically right now, I don't have anything right now to show on that end. But anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.